Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. My name is Natalie. If this is the first time that you're watching my videos, thank you for stopping by. I hope that if you enjoy what I do and share here on this channel, you can subscribe and share it with your friends and family. So as you all can see, this is not my usual background because I am not in Hong Kong right now. Some of you might know that I am a Scorpio sun. So my birthday month. And this solar return this year is going to be a big one. It will be on my birthday. It will be my birthday. Sorry, too excited over here. So it will be my actual birthday on the 12th, this Sunday, and it's going to be a big one because I'm stepping into a new decade. So in the honor of that, for myself, I'm decided to treat myself and I'm going on a trip. I am in Bali right now. It's beautiful, it's nourishing, it's healing, and I will be going on a retreat. I spent a few days on my own, just having some me time to to relax, to rest, to reflect on my journey, and just getting myself ready for the retreat that I am about to attend in a couple of days. So I'll try my best to stay with you all, and that is why I'm here. I don't want to miss out on this week upcoming astrology, even though I'm a little bit late, but here I am. So let's talk about it. In this video we are talking about November the 6th to 12, 2023. So we just had our eclipse last month, a set of eclipse. It's been quite loud. It's showing up really loud in the world stage, and I hope you're all taking care of yourself. And of course, you have to look at your own natal chart to see where is it happening for you. And this might be your topics in the year to come, in the next year, because we will continue to have eclipses happening in the sign of Aries and Libra. And those themes and energy that Aries and Libra represent will definitely come out for us as a collective. But in your own natal chart, they represent different houses, and they might mean something different for everybody. So take a look and see what that might mean for you. And if you don't know, if you're not sure, I'm always free for a consultation. If you're interested to work with me, all my information are in the description box below. Feel free to email me, DM me on my Instagram, follow me there if you haven't. And yeah, let's dive deep into it, right? So let's come back now to this week astrology. Mercury is a busy bee. So Mercury and Venus, because both of them are our personal planets, both of them are changing sign, ingressing into a new sign this week. So when we have two of our three personal planets moving so much and changing signs, definitely there will be a shift of energy that you're feeling, right? And also depending where they rule, where they are in your own natal chart, you might feel it differently as well. But there might be some changes and shift in your personal world as we have two of our personal planets changing signs and moving, and definitely feeling that energy shift. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about all the aspect that Mercury is making this week, because Mercury is definitely fast and zooming and creating different aspect with other planets. So on the 7th, Mercury in Scorpio is going to trine Neptune in Pisces. So this is a very beautiful, dreamy, romantic energy, right? When I first look at it, the first word that came up is like pillow talk, right? Of course, if you have someone in your life, if you have a partner or a loved one, this might be a very nice aspect because it's a trine. This can be very dreamy, romantic, sweet talk and romantic gestures today. And Mercury in Scorpio is deep, right? So this might be a day where you might have some deep conversation, but very loving, very supportive, dreamy, romantic conversation. And this can also be revealing your feelings, right? Your deepest, darkest dreams. And this doesn't have to be romantic only. This can be about anything. This can be, having a deep conversation, because Mercury in Scorpio is deep, right? Is transformative, is excavating. And having a trine with Neptune, this might be you talking about your deepest hopes and dreams with somebody, a friend, family member, or healer, worker, healer that you're working with, right? This can also be very compassionate, because there's two water signs, Pisces and Mercury. They're both very deep and psychic and spiritual. So definitely can be a day of spiritual downloads. You might be receiving messages through dreams, meditations, when you're awake, right? So this might be that, because this might be the messages, Mercury coming through dreams, meditation, Neptune, right? This can be a day where you have deep, compassionate, spiritual conversation. It's a great day for you to do some intuitive healing work as well, because both of them, again, is that spiritual sign and very compassionate, right? It's both water signs. So we're talking about emotions. This might be a day where you have a emotional release, right? You might be pouring your heart out. You might have a good cry. You might have very great result from opening your heart up, by letting it out, right? By doing some healing work as well, because you can't heal it until you let it out and let it flow through you. Processing maybe some emotions, grief or whatnot, right? It's two water signs, and with what's happening around the world, some of us can feel deeply emotional about what's been going on. So this is definitely a great day to do so. And on the 9th, we have Mercury in Scorpio having a sextile with Pluto in Capricorn. So again, when we have Mercury in Scorpio, it is going to be deep conversation, but we have a sextile. So again, it's a helpful, supportive energy. So this can be also with Pluto and Capricorn, depending, personally, you can take a look and see where Pluto and Capricorn is in your own natal chart, right? Because Pluto has been in your Capricorn root house for the past 15 years and is at the very tail end of it. Perhaps you have been doing some deep transformative work around your Capricorn house, and today might be a day where you have some really supportive, constructive, helpful conversation with somebody, right? Maybe this is about you sharing how it's been like for you. Maybe this is about you seeking some advice or help from someone else. This might be a day where you just want to talk to somebody and share, right? Because Mercury in Scorpio is not just deep but also healing. So maybe this is conversation about spirituality again, right? Mercury in Scorpio is not afraid to dive deep and talk about those taboo subjects. So maybe this can be a day where you talk with your friends or somebody about some deep dark secrets or taboo topics, right? And with Pluto and Capricorn, again, not just your Capricorn house, but Capricorn themes. Maybe this is about certain pattern system in your life or in the world that is no longer serving you, working for you, that you want to, let it go, talk about it, let it out. Maybe seek some advice or support to help you to do so, right? This is about sharing with someone that can really bring in maybe perhaps some healing, clarity, maybe help you receive some helpful tips or advice, or just have someone to be there to listen to you as well. And on the 10th, yes, it's very busy. The next day on the 10th, Mercury is changing sign. Mercury is going into Sagittarius. So it's entering Sagittarius 2:25 p.m. Hong Kong time or 2:25 a.m. Eastern time, so just the time according to where you are in the world. Mercury in Sag is going to deep into Mercury in Capricorn for a little bit, but will come back. See where I'm going at? Okay, because Mercury will come back to Sagittarius, so we'll have on and off relationship with Mercury in Sagittarius for 2 months. Yes, some of you guessed it already, because another Mercury retrograde is upon us. And if you know me, if you watch my videos before, I don't hate Mercury retrograde. In fact, I love Mercury retrograde, right? I don't like how the pop culture painted with like a negative vibes. You know, as an astrologer, we want to of course, I understand, this is just my little spew of it, but I know the dramatic effects of painting it with certain vibes and stuff like that, but then it gives some people wrong, or people might be misinformed, because I personally think Mercury retrograde is so important, it's necessary in our life, because it gives us a time to slow down, reflect, to readjust all the RE words, right? Because we can't just keep going on all the time, just keep going forward without looking back, reflecting on how we've been doing. Do we need any readjustment, and so on and so forth. So, but anyway, let's come back to Mercury in Sag. Ooh, already off topic a little bit. All right, so Mercury in Sag is fun, maybe a little bit too fun sometimes. Mercury in Sag has a big mouth and not afraid to share what's on his mind, right? Maybe a bit TMI. And Mercury is at its detriment, is in the fall when it's in Sagittarius, because Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, and when Mercury is in Sagittarius, the opposite sign, sister sign of Gemini, is on the furthest end of Gemini. So it's not at its home, it's furthest away from its home. It's not feeling comfortable, it's not feeling sunshine and rainbows. So, but it's just simply a different energy for us to work with. So you might find yourself wanting to share a lot, having a lot to say during Mercury in Sag. Perhaps maybe a little bit too much, sharing a little bit too much, maybe talking too fast and say something you shouldn't say and accidentally offend someone. Or maybe it should be a secret or a surprise, but you spill it out. Oops, I didn't mean it, but this is what happened. So that is a big possibility during Mercury in Sag. So just be mindful with that energy. Of course, share, always share your opinion, share what's on your mind, but also be aware, be mindful of people around you. And then especially if for example, your friend is preparing a surprise for the other person, don't ruin it, right? Don't be too excited and just start telling everybody about it. So that can be an energy. So work with this energy, right? Maybe this will help you. Mercury in Sag might help you, give you that boost of confidence and courage to say things that you usually won't say, right? Which is good, because sometimes, like for example, Mercury in Scorpio can be too shy sometimes, right? And not wanting to say too much. But Mercury in Sag is like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna say it anyway, right? So having that Mercury in Sag might bring out the courage, the confidence that you lack of, or that you want more of, to help you open up, to share your own opinion, to share what's in your mind, to express yourself, and so on and so forth. So this is not all good or bad, right? As I always say, energy goes both ways. There's both manifestation when it comes to all energy, not just good or bad, right? It's just light and dark depending on how we use it. And so Mercury in Sag is also very optimistic, right? It's like, it's all good, don't worry. But on the flip side, maybe too optimistic, too big picture thinking is gonna be okay, you know, maybe miss out on some details and planning. So also beware of that. Make sure that you come back, right? You don't just expand and think it's all good and sunshine and rainbow. Come back to the ground. It can be a bit ungrounded too. So stay grounded, be mindful, beware of this energy that you know that can sometimes expand and just like let loose too much, right? But also allow yourself to do so in the right moments. Mercury in Sag, of course, has its charm. It's loud, it's funny, it's bubbly, it's social. People with Mercury in Sag always have the best joke, or they might have that funny thing that everyone is thinking but not everyone dare to say. So Mercury in Sag might just say it and everyone be like, ha, 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 I'm thinking about that too, you know. So that might be that thing. Mercury in Sag has all the funny jokes, like I say, but Mercury in Sag is also philosophical and spiritual, right? Remember, Sagittarius is that philosophical is that spiritual mind, right? They have a lot of interest in those topics. So during Mercury in Sag, you might be interested to talk about all the spirituality stuff, philosophy, psychology, belief, religions, and so on and so forth. And it can be very insightful. We might open up to something new. We might learn something new through conversation with friends or sharing with them, right? Our belief system, our spirituality, our philosophy, and so on and so forth. But of course, when we have Mercury in Sag, it also can be dogmatic beliefs and thinking, right? You might be thinking so highly of what you believe in, and maybe not intend to, but you know, you might speak too highly of what you believe in, and not be mindful as well. So be mindful as well with that energy, the way you maybe express and share what's in your mind as well. And right when Mercury enters Sag on this day, it is immediately going to square Saturn and Pisces right away, right? Because both of them will be in 0 degrees. So Mercury in Sag is like, yeah, let's go, let's do this thing, let's say it, I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna express my mind. And then Saturn in Pisces is like, no, not happening. Shh, not doing this today. Okay, Saturn in Pisces is like a no energy. So today we have this push and pull energy, right? While you might be very excited to express something, but maybe your idea gets shot down. Maybe you receive a no. Maybe someone might go against you. Maybe someone will be like, nah, I don't think so. Not doing this. Not happening today. It's a no for me, right? And so be prepared, be mindful with this energy if this is happening, if you're experiencing it, right? And also know that it's just temporary. And who knows, maybe you need that need that idea being shot down, so that you have a moment to come back and reflect on it. Maybe you need some readjustment. Maybe you can improve it and make it better. So see it in a different way, right? Sometimes square are here to help us to create some change and growth. So embrace it. So we talk about all the aspect and transit that Mercury is making. Now let's talk about the other personal planet, Venus. Well, on November the 8th, 5:30 p.m. Hong Kong time or 5:30 a.m. Eastern time, adjust the time according to where you are in the world again, Venus is going to enter Libra, one of its home sign. So congrats, Venus. She's back at her home, enjoying. She's finally having a moment. Finally back to her home where she can sit down, let her hair down, and just relax, because it has been a rough, tough, maybe tumultuous journey for Venus, for some of us that we're experiencing this energy. since October, definitely, because we did have 2 eclipses that is ruled by Venus, and we also earlier had Venus retrograde. So Venus has been in Leo since June, so for some of us we might be feeling it since June. Venus was in Leo where she has a retrograde. It was really rough, right? We have been tested. We are being asked to slow down, to really dig deeper, to face our heart, right? Our true desires, right? We might did some shedding, we might did some letting go, we might did some releasing, we might have to face some hard truth around all the Venusian stuff, right? Our relationships, our money matter, things that bring us joy might no longer do so. Relationship might have fall apart. Money might come up as a challenging things for some of us, right? And we also have 2 eclipses ruled by Venus, and it was ruled by Venus not in her home sign, which is at her detriment in Virgo. So it was quite a tough past few months for Venus, and finally she can just like breathe, right? In Libra, which is a sign that she rules, that she can shine effortlessly and brightly and brightest in the sky, right? So she's finally home. Venus in Libra is social. You might find yourself more social during this transit. You might get out a bit more, meeting people, maybe new friends, right? Catching up with your own friends, but maybe also meeting new friends through different gatherings or social events or so on and so forth. You might be the one who's hosting social events and gatherings that have friends come in and having fun and just enjoying each other's company. This might be a fun transit for most of us, right? And I think we all need it a little bit, right? With what's happening around the world and maybe in your own world with all this Venus retrograde and the eclipses, right? We can definitely use some downtime, right, to social, to just gather with our friends, catching up with them and enjoying some time. And Venus in Libra is also deeply caring, right? She cared deeply about social justice, about fairness, about equality, and so on and so forth. Because remember, Libra is the sign of scales, which is all about that, right? And Venus in Libra really cares about that, and this can definitely be felt all over the world, right? This transit might highlight it. These feelings might be highlighted during this transit as well, especially with what's been happening in our world. And also, people usually when they think about Venus, oh, it's all love and light, it's all about love, no, it's not just about love, it's not just about money, it's not just about relationships. Venus is actually a warrior goddess, right? And now we have Venus in as a morning star, because during that Venus retrograde, Venus crossed over the thresholds through the sun with that Venus Cazimi, and from an evening star, Venus is now a morning star. And when we have Venus as a morning star, she's more in that goddess of war, goddess warrior energy. We fight with love, with fairness, and with social justice, equality, and so on and so forth, right? With our heart, we fight with our heart. So during this transit, we might feel that more. And ironically, but also I'm not surprised, because what's above, so below. So I hope personally that this Venus in Libra transit might help us soften, help us bring in more healing and love with what is happening in the world, with the wars, that's been happening, right? Ooh, okay. All right, come back. So also, as so not trying to get all like heavy doom and gloom, but I'm just having a moment. But definitely, Venus in Libra is a nice transit. Venus in Libra also care about the aesthetic, the look of everything, right? So during Venus in Libra, this is a great transit if you work in some kind of design industry, right? Fashion design, interior design, graphic design is all about the look, the aesthetics, right? This transit is great if you want to revamp your social media, your website, your work, your wardrobe, your home, your environment, your whatever, right? Venus in Libra might give you great ideas to work on that, to revamp those stuff that I just mentioned as well. So definitely, if you have that in mind, if you have been wanting to do that, use this transit to help you to do so. And again, not to be doom and gloom, but even though Venus enter Libra, a sign where she feels like she's at home, where she can, be social, shine bright and effortlessly, let's not forget what else is in Libra, the South Node, where eclipse just happened. So as Venus is in Libra, they are inching closer and closer to each other, and they will conjunct exact at the end of November. So as times goes on towards the end of November, we will feel this energy more and more. And the South Node is known to be a point of release, letting go, shedding, right? And as we move towards the end of November, they will be exact conjunct on November the 30th. But I will say, you definitely, some of us, depending on what's in your Libra house or points and planets, you might already feel a little bit and more as we get closer. Maybe the last, I would say, week of November, you might be faced with some themes surrounding all this Venusian stuff, right? Money matters, things, people, things, situation that brings you joy, things that you love to do for yourself, right? That truly brings you joy, that you truly love. This can be all types of relationship, right? Romantic, friendship, family dynamics. All these will come to the center of attention. There might be a need to maybe look at them, right? This will definitely activate the eclipse that we just had, that solar eclipse in Libra that we have in early mid-October, right? So this will definitely recall whatever happened, and this might be like a second chapter to what's been happening in your life with the eclipses as well. So pay attention and see what comes up for you. And Venus will stay in Libra until December 4th or 5th, depending where you are in the world. Last aspect that I want to talk about is Sunday. Mars and Scorpio opposing Uranus in Taurus. Okay, energy definitely goes a bit crunchy, crispy by midweek onwards, because we, especially during the end of week, right, the weekend leading into next week, because this aspect will continue to be really loud for all of us during that new moon in Scorpio, which I hope I have time to make a video about it. So watch out in the next few days, I might post it. If not, I'll try to still come up and do a quick video or talk about it. But Mars and Scorpio opposing Uranus and Taurus, this, not trying to create fear, but this is a very explosive and volatile energy, right? Uranus is sudden. Mars in Scorpio is strong because Mars is at home in Scorpio, so it's a fire warrior energy that is at its max, right? Because Mars rules Aries and Scorpio. So this is a very strong mass and opposing Uranus. Expect the unexpected, right? Uranus is that sudden energy that comes out of nowhere, right? So not trying to create fear, but we can definitely see this energy being manifest in the world for us, right? Maybe, knock on wood, I hope this is not going to happen, right? A sudden escalation in violence, in bombing, right? Because Mars literally is the energy of war, and this can be sudden, out of the blue, right? But also Uranus and Taurus, Taurus is about our body, our embodiment, our central being. So this is also personally can be a very accident prone energy. So I will say try not to do anything too adventurous this weekend, right? Maybe when especially that might affect your body, that might be a risk, right? Maybe something too physical or physically challenging for you, maybe you want to avoid it. Maybe you want to not take a risk, right? Because you might get injured unexpectedly, right? So definitely pay attention and be mindful with this energy, right? Be extra cautious with taking some daring risk, especially when it's physically related, right? People will be very reactive, extra reactive this weekend. So be mindful, right? If you can, if it's not going to affect you too much, let it go. Be the bigger person. Pick your battle, definitely, because you want to be careful and pick your battle wisely this weekend, okay? And leading maybe early next week as well, right? If it doesn't affect you that much, let it go, right? Maybe people are going to say something that purposely gonna snap you or want to get some kind of reaction from you. Don't give them the luxury to do that, right? Or don't allow them to make you reactive like that. This can be road rage, right? When you drive. So let them cut you, let them pass. It's fine. We don't want accidents. So let it go. Be the bigger person, because now you know the energy, right? And on the other hand, even though this can be very explosive on kind of like the negative side, for some people this can actually be very helpful, okay? Because this Mars opposing Uranus might give you that last push to really push you to take that bold risk that you have been stalling, contemplating, fearing about the what ifs, and oh, do I do it, do I not do it? And that Mars opposing Uranus is like, fuck it, let's just fucking do it, right? Stop waiting, stop thinking anymore, just go for it, right? So if that is your scenario, that Mars opposing Uranus might just help you to do that, might just give you that bold, courageous, unexpected push that you need to do that thing as well. So this can be very positively manifest in our world as well. So use this energy if you're resonating with it. So that's the astrology of this week. A lot is happening for us, right? So now let's take a look at our message from the universe. Wow. And of course we have the Tower, we have that Scorpio energy, that very unexpected energy coming up, right? That the Mars opposed Uranus that I just talked about. This can be explosive, volatile, unexpected, but this can also be something that is good for us, right? This might give us that push to go do the thing, take that risk, right? But also be mindful. And also we do have that Venus entering Libra, which is all about Venus coming back to her home after the past few months of retrograde and eclipses, we finally get some time to rest, to recuperate, to actually reflect on maybe what's been happening in your world since the summer, right? This Venus in Libra is coming back to your heart to see what fills your cup, what nourishes you, what truly brings you joy, right? Align yourself with people, situation, and thing that truly can fill your cup, that brings you joy, right? And this might also allow you to see what's fair and what's not fair in your world and in the world in general. What do we need to bring more balance in our life? Maybe this is an area of your life, a situation, people or things, relationships, right, that needs more balance in our world, and hopefully in the world as well, right? So I hope this energy helps. Hope this message helps. And from the Moonology deck, we have last quarter moon in Libra. Make time for self-love. Yes, okay. So we just had eclipse. Now that we have Venus back as its home sign, make time for self-love, self-care, bringing back the balance in your heart, right? Bring your inner scale back into a balance. Of course, we can't have perfect balance all the time. The scale is going to tip one way or the other at most of the times, but we try our best to bring the wobble into the minimal, right? And then we have first quarter moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks. Okay, we have all this energy that we just talked about, and the cards show up. Release the block, right? Who knows, maybe Mars and Scorpio opposing Uranus will help you release some kind of block that's been that you need to release, to help you take that risk or to make something happen in your life as well, right? And lastly, our oracle card 25, round and round. Okay, so for some of us, maybe there's some round and round situation happening in your life, right? So hopefully having Venus and Libra this upcoming month, having this transit will help you to bring some fairness, justice in some of the round and round situation in your life, area of your life, that will finally help you bring back some balance, right? Get out of this loop, right? Venus and Libra is all about, yes, being fair, but also what's aligning, what's resonating, aligning with your heart. And as Venus getting closer and closer to the south node and is going to activate the eclipse energy again, this is about not looping around round and round in situation, people or things that is not benefiting you, that is doing you any good, right? And for some of you, you don't have to wait till the end of November. This might be this weekend when we have that Mars opposing Uranus. It's like, enough, universe is like, enough with this round and round thinking or situation or feeling. We're getting out of it, right? The tower is coming in to get you out of this round and round way of thinking, feeling, situation, people, or things that you are in, right? Who knows? I hope this message helps. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment below. Let me know how are you going, how are you doing. I would love to connect with you, so feel free to connect with me as well. And again, if you're interested to work with me, I offer all kinds of astrology readings, tarot reading, akashic reading, and energy healing sessions as well. All my information are in the description box below. I'm wishing you all a great week ahead. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.